Hey friendos, welcome back. Hey Samuel, hey Static. As you can see, I've ascended in Cookie Clicker. So we're next level clicking. I've got Crumblor down here. I'm getting a bunch of new plants. We're growing some new plants. I've ascended once. We went over that. I've got the Idleverse. We're there. We've made it. I really have to stop playing Cookie Clicker. It's getting a problem. Getting to be a problem. Alright, not playing Cookie Clicker anymore. Playing Kentucky Route Zero. I don't know how much of this we have left. We finish really fast. Maybe we'll switch over to, I think I got most of them, Samuel. I think the only one I can't get is Never Click, which is make like 1,000,000 cookies without ever clicking or something. Which I think you can enter legacy mode and get that one later. Which resets all your stuff, all your heavenly chips and everything, I think. I got all the ones I was interested in getting before ascending. I'm starting to get roots already. I suppose I can't say already. We're 3 weeks in. That's a reasonable amount of time for roots, but you can't see them yet, so it's okay. Okay, so what did we do last time? Sorry I'm so late, friendos. I did not get to eat lunch, so I made dinner real quick. Well, I can't say real quick. It was not real quick. I made dinner. Made a nice big skillet full of macaroni and cheese, and I lingered over it a little bit, so that was very nice. I'm very satisfied now. I might fall asleep during the middle of this. Oh, right. Lula's here. We haven't talked to Lula because we just finished fucking around with Xanadu. Yeah. You really did go deeper into the caves. Well, you were easy enough to find. I've met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So, this is what became of our project. Oh, I've made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I've had some blank spots to fill. Yes, I know. He published his version, actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. I wonder what would have happened if I clicked Lula first. I didn't realize that this was starting a conversation between the two of them. I would prefer to be on Lula's side. I don't really know why. I don't, like, dislike Donald or anybody. I don't know. I feel bad for Lula. Hey, Evan! We've been looking for you. So you found the address data? Just pass it over to Donald there. Donald, will you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street name collision. Dogwood Drive. Wasn't the Bureau gonna process it? I insist. I have cycles to spare. I'll just pack my pipe and get to it. Stop smoking mushrooms. I should only be an hour or so. Andrew will carry it over to... I'll be at the Bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain. How do we get to the Bureau from here? The bridge! Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there. Now we too recede into history. Good night, Donald. Meet me at the Bureau and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. It's just clockwise until you find the Bureau. Between us, I think you should drive. To Shannon? Oh yeah, to Shannon. Okay. Okay. Okay, well I guess we'll go to the gate then. put makeup on my whole face today, which was dumb because we're still wearing masks at work, so... What's the point of doing this part when all they can see is this part? Now my face is itchy. Also, I impulse bought a new sweater at Target, and I'm very pleased with myself. A woman in a long, worn shirt stares at the fire, lost in thought. Oh, this gate. The gate is open. Okay. A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's full of empty wine bottles and library books. Wasn't it full of punch cards? Or this is a different... No, this is the other side. The other backpack was full of punch cards. Right? Someone's left a portable tape recorder in the bath. It doesn't appear damaged, but there's no tape to play or record. A bookshelf was carried only partway up the path here before the project was abandoned. It's still useful. The peak of the spire is crowded anyway. A sensible, modern electric lantern has been left here. The batteries have long since died. Thanks for waiting, Blue. What have you been doing? Keeping Johnny here company? What happened up there? I'm actually not sure. Very mysterious, ma'am. I don't remember what Johnny's voice was, or Junebug's. I forgot what she said. Ah, from the Hall of the Mountain King. Counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. Did I go too far? I think I went too far. Too far into the cathode ray. I love Six's emotes. They're so useful. And there's so many of them. Yes, they're all so adorable, yes. Hey, Sito. The biggest thing I wish is that... The biggest thing I wish as a wannabe Twitch streamer is that I wish I had any ability to do digital art. God. It just seems so... It's so useful. So useful. Made a dust cover for what? I made a dust cover for our whole, like, console tower, and then as, like, 2 months after I finished, we moved. Yeah. Got the time, Blue? Nah, you don't care about that. Maybe I should be more like you. I hope something happens about Blue at the end of the game. I just feel like we keep talking at Blue, but what's Blue doing? Wait, how's Junebug not in pants? I thought Junebug was in pants on the motorcycle. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, there is a cat here. Oh, hell yeah. Art things. I gotta do some sewing. I need curtains for the bedroom. But I need to bring Grid with me to the fabric store because I can't fucking focus without him there. I need his calming influence to be like, Alla, we're looking for fabric. This much fabric for one purpose. Focus. It was so warm. Oh my god. It was beautiful. I mean, until the afternoon and then it started raining, but it was so warm. I need my back pillow. Hold on. Link was using the pillow that I wanted, so I've got a different pillow now. Oh, we should chat. Now that Twitch has decided to, bless us all with more emotes. What kind of emotes are we missing, friendos? I feel like we should have some kind of love. We have Ella heart or something, but that's tier 3 and it's never useful. I feel like we should have an accessible love. What other emotions do we have? We have Rip. Rip is pretty sad. Is also kind of cry. We could definitely use, like, extra sad, like actively crying. Ooh, a lurk would be good. Confusion. Confusion would probably be useful. ASL? Oh, that would be fun. That's funny, see, though. Thank you. Oh, damn, Crunk, thank you so much for 18 months. Can I have a little chibi just snap a cartridge in half? That would actually be a really cute animated emote. Oh, no. I wonder if that would be too small. Crap. I was kind of expecting you guys to not really help me very well. Here you are. Marianne has the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. You're not too busy? If I'm in the middle of something, I just let the phone ring. It's soothing, in a way. The results just came in by courier. Good news. Donald and his assistants were able to sort through the noise. I had Rick cross-reference their results against some of our records. He found a corresponding mail stop on the Echo River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make its stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well. I'm sure you can catch a ride out that way. You're welcome to wait here. I have to get back to packing. Oh, you're gonna move in with Donald, aren't you? I might. I'm feeling impulsive, and I'd like to be ready. Maybe back to Mexico. It's been years. They still have one of my sculptures at a museum down there, did you know? Big, ugly iron thing. Time to have it scrapped, anyway. Safe travels. Try to stay out of the water. It's colder than it looks, and deep. I figured we'd get to go down those stairs eventually. Oh, we can't go over there. Oh, I guess we click the wait button to wait. How long do we have to wait? Oh, who knows? Alright, what happened? Well, I mean, I can make the other emotes have blue hair. The purple-haired emote was just a color shift on the brown hair anyway. Originally it was blue, or originally it was brown. So we can make that happen. We just kind of fell off a little. We kind of got tired. It's okay, you can tell him. Doesn't matter anymore. Fine. So, we were in that graveyard. Oh, what happened in the graveyard? A Xenocult emote? I like that. I did want, badges. The, how long you've been, the sub badges. I want three-eyed cats. I've been trying to make that work for a bit. I'm not very good at creating art myself. And it's been hard to get those done. I want it to be like the more you progress in months subbed, I want the third eye to open more. Well, the navies don't make sense past a certain point, or maybe I could just get Clark to make me some more. Well, this can't be right. It looks like an old church. Worth a look inside, I guess. I want to stay outside. Okay. I'll stay with him. We can look for lizards! Okay, we'll make it quick. I think that was exactly what I said last time. The church floor is cold metal, scuffed and flexed by unknown boot heels. I don't know what I expected. The strangers, he kept saying. Kind of vague already, isn't it? Donald's a stranger. Hell, you and I are practically strangers. Listen, earlier in the mine, I didn't want to talk about it, but... What did you find down there? When I saw Weaver, she was on TV. I was testing a pretty simple tube repair, flipping through channels to check the saturation, and she was just there. It was kind of horrible. I mean, I told you she disappeared, suddenly. Ran away? But we thought... You thought she was dead. Yeah. I guess I don't like to say it. Dead. And then the next time I flipped to channel 2... Weaver. It's burned in my vision now. She's standing in a room. The walls are a blank kind of gray. There's tape on the walls, like markings and desks. A classroom, maybe? The camera's in the corner, so it's the sort of 45-degree angle into the room, and there's Weaver right in the center of the picture. I stopped turning the dial. Hell, I think I stopped breathing. Eventually she spoke, but there was no real sound, just this awful hum. I read the closed captions. She said to go to the mine. I'd find something there. I can't remember her exact words. Whenever I try, I get distracted. Fuzzy. So dusty in here, right? Yeah, real dusty. You'd think, with all these holes in the ceiling... What the hell was that? Did you hear that? Must have been the church settling. Ugh. Great. 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 This is how churches are, right? They're an elevator straight to hell. That's how religion works. Oh, it's a whole skeleton. Good. Hello? Oh, I'm the skeleton? Oh, no. The stranger activates the tape player slung on his shoulder. A crackly drawl echoes in the room. It's patient and sounds like it should be smiling. My regrets. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. I guess you're here about the job. I'm afraid we only have one opening at the moment. A horrible business. What's this job? Certainly. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I've only just met you, but I feel certain there's a place for you here. I'll just take you over to meet the dispatcher, show you the trucks, get you familiarized. We can converse as we go. What is this place? Well, it's not an old church. No, I guess not, but still it has a kind of reverence to it. And what's that smell? Like bread? Baking bread? Please, follow me. What's this called again? Demagnetizing an electronic device? I forgot the word. Degauss, that's it. I was like, dehiss. I'm like, no, that's what Grid was putting on my voice effect the other day. Grid made me a voice effect. Actually, I don't remember how to use it. So I'm not gonna try. I have to ask you to step in here a moment. This is for your safety, and adjust your outfits for a bit. Nice, Evan. Hey. There's some protective headwear up on the wall back there. Please remove your shoes and eyeglasses. I'm not taking off my shoes. Oh, I understand. It's only a courtesy to... Well, do us a favor and put on the headwear anyway. Just this way. I wonder what happens if I stand really close to him and degauss. Wow, check this stuff out. It must be decades old, but it's in perfect condition. How do you think they keep it like that? Maintenance, old man. I bet it's someone's job around here. Probably hard to keep all the dust out, you know, underground. That's why I got into this business, to keep old stuff like this running. Seems like such a shame to just let it fall into ruin, you know? Like that computer back in the cave? Xanadu. Decades of engineering, thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy, all petrified into living stone. How could you just let that fall apart? More new arrivals this evening. Plenty to do. Gotta relay the formula. What formula? Eh? Oh, the formula changed our lives. Once, years ago, we were as prisoners to the intricacies of our debts here. We'd have to account for everything on paper. Compounding interest by hand, reassessing amortization and leveraged asset distributions according to nightly merit decay. Then she stepped out of the dark caves to show us the light of the formula. She had a brilliant grasp of mathematics and a saint-like way of speaking right through the numbers. Now we just plug our daily numbers into the formula and run it all through the adding machine. We occasionally suffer some surplus drift, but she instructed us on all the necessary adjustments. It was devastating to see our reverend mathematician go, but she was needed elsewhere. Her legacy abides. What job are they working? I don't know that it's been settled just yet. You see, sometimes we take on newcomers already in debt to the distillery. Oh! One of the foremen will find something for them to do. Chip away at their sum until it's all settled. That's what I'm doing here. Chipping away. That's what we're all doing. This is Earl. He used to be a beekeeper. Borrowed some used casks to store the hives, but the interest accrued more quickly than the honey. Now he works for us here in logistics. Here's the fleet. Oh, we just use these to get around internally. What do you do here? Oh, I'm a copywriter. Text on bottles and flyers, add copy, that sort of thing. Discerning shades and heartsick lovers have long known the taste of hard times and held in favor over all other spirits. That was one of mine. So, the trucks are just east a ways in shipping. You can become acquainted with the dispatcher there. Give me a tap on the shoulder if you see something that catches your eye. Always happy to show off the facilities. Sublime machinery. Can't go any further that way. Can't go any further this way. Man, Grid's new car has a backup camera, which is not like crazy. Cars have that these days, but I have never had one. It's awesome. Don't let them catch you looking too closely here. Not within our purview. What's it for? Keeps us honest in the eyes of the state. Well, in the eyes of the management anyway. We keep pretty well out of view down here. Not much chance of being spotted by helicopter, eh? But if the law came knocking, we could say we were logging and securing our virgin spirits. We could say. Marvelous engineering though, isn't it? Connie, how's your rat? Connie is a great lover of animals. Do you know she's adopted over a dozen pets in as many of the last years? Of course, death comes to all things great and small. The distillery found that the remains in her makeshift pet cemetery were trespassing on our subterranean property. Our hand was forced! In order to avoid the legal extinguishment of our easement, we were required to file a civil suit. Ever the level head, Connie agreed to a pre-court settlement to pay off her fines by working for us here. Oh, goddamn. This is really annoying. I don't want to be in the car. I want to go back to the skeleton by the truck. White lightning in a copper bottle. Some folks have other names for it. What does it taste like? Like a revelation, my friend. Oh, you wouldn't want to drink it at this stage. Not that you could get a hold of any of it here. That's what the safe is for. Look at the neck. Like a swan's, huh? The design is part of our legacy. The vapor passes up through this neck along just such a contour as to produce our bourbon's signature character. Mr. Bishop always said the shape came to him in a dream. He shot awake in the middle of the night and set to work hammering on an old tea kettle to match the phantom geometry. Hey, Blom! Believe what you will. Here, the vapors pass through a coil submerged in cold water and condense. Again, the geometry is very particular. Mr. Bishop arrived by intuition at a series of mathematical relationships between the angles and magnitudes here. Some weird cacophony of ratios. Well, those principles are lost to history now. Moving along. I don't think we're dead. Just this skeleton and my one leg. Conway's one leg. Oh wait, actually I don't want to be in the car yet. Please don't touch a thing. Very sensitive devices. We're not even allowed to run the formula through them. What do they do? Temperatures, pressures, wear, tear, acidities, ply levels, any and all attending numbers in need of crunching, and so on. Am I boring you yet? Are you simply dying of boredom? I myself could discuss this matter past sunrise. Ready to go. I don't want to bring up the computer yet. How's it looking, Ted? Get that new fan installed? Ted met one of our engineers at a bar some years ago, and they just clicked. Our engineer told him about some trouble with the equipment here, and he felt compelled to take a crack at it. Ted's been obsessively tuning, replacing, and upgrading ever since. What a project, Ted! You'll get ahead of it one day, I'm sure. How goes the mystery, Danny? Danny's an enigma. He leases an old van from our fleet for some kind of daily art project. He drives out every morning and comes back by evening smelling of propellants. Can't afford the lease in cash, so he pays us with work here. More of these old computers. Looks about the same vintage as that stuff in the cave. What's this little screen for? Oh wow, good eye! That's an XY monitor. They use them on oscilloscopes in arcade games. Or, they used to anyway. It's rare stuff. Hey, this is like antiquing with is this like antiquing with Lisette for you? Probably sound kind of ridiculous, waxing on about vacuum tubes and oscilloscopes. It's good to have a passion. I guess it is. Someday you'll have to tell me what yours is. Can't go in there. Feel that draft of warmth? Like a summer breeze. This is the aging warehouse. How many casks have you got aging in there? Couldn't say exactly. Take a look at the inventory report later if you like. Plenty, though. Of course, we only have half our aging stock in here at any given time. Most distilleries let their whiskey sit in casks through the cycle of seasons. In summer, the wood expands and the whiskey seeps in, picking up flavor. In winter, the wood contracts and squeezes the whiskey back out. Down here, there are no seasons. Each workday proceeds from the last in an unbroken chain of climate control. So we make our own seasons. Each cask alternates in a weekly cycle between the cold ground upstairs and this heated warehouse. Waiting for that skeleton to come back. Oh man. So I guess these are like before and after? The new casks look like they could be used for anything. Yeah, before they get all warped and stained. You really can't undo that, can ya? No way to clean them after the aging process, I mean. It's a one-way street. Let's go back to that truck. How'd it go, Zeke? Zeke just did a bit of recruiting? Stopped at a tavern to collect payment and returned with able bodies. Yeah, right, Samuel? Although, you know, people can be fluid eventually. Am I just gonna go backwards forever? Guess so. Come on. Why are you letting me come up here? Well, that's weird. This is where most of our staff ends up. What are they doing? What are they doing? Checking the, quality assurance. We used to bottle everything by hand, but these machines are marvelously effective. Made things a bit complicated for the workers. After all, the distillery can't just fire them. How would they settle their accounts? But there's nowhere else to put them. You keep an eye on things here. Can't be paid as much just to watch, of course. Well, there's progress for you. This is Cliff in bottling. Did you know? Well, how could you? Cliff was behind bars not long ago. He placed a desperate advertisement in a local newspaper seeking assistance on his bail. The distillery put up the money and now he's working it off while his case hovers in bureaucratic limbo. I feel like we should go back to shipping. Hey, Boxy, we're in a distillery that seems to take advantage of desperate people and exploit their debts. Oh, unless you meant what are they doing in response to the question, what are they doing? Sketchy shit indeed. Oh, Spirit Distillery. It's very hard to drive. That's why I hate vehicles in games. I've never had a vehicle that is fun to drive. Or that you don't have to get out of in order to fucking interact with things. That I hate. I hate that. Ugh. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, anonymous user.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Atomic
Blum, you're stuck here. Oh, we can't go in there. Shoot. Thought you'd like to see the accommodations. We supply what bedding we can according to the formula. How many people work here? Oh, about 30, 40, something like that. Some of us count for more than others. Myself, I'm focused. Well, shouldn't I be? I've got this figure to pay down. The longer I sleep, the more interest accrues. It's a sin to sleep your freedom away like that. It was probably Crunk. Of course, as a delivery driver, you'll be able to come and go a little. You're timed pretty closely, but you can still roll the window down. Maybe glimpse a familiar silhouette on the side of the road as you pass. Is there anybody in the middle? Guess not. Do you think you could ever live somewhere like this? Seems lonely. Yeah, I guess you don't. Where do you live? Stayed in a barn on Lisette's property. Oh, damn. Hey, I was living in the workshop, right? Now that your shop is closing, I guess you're... Yeah, I guess that's me too now. If I can't get my landlord to change the locks back. Just a couple of vagrants, huh? Well, we'll figure it out. I really like this mechanic. Both that it was presented before. You know, that we were sitting, like, we got to be here, be like, why can I degas right now? And then also what it does, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Why say lot word when little word do trick? SeaWorld. Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a matter of course, what kind of experience do you have driving trucks? I drove deliveries for an antique shop up until this last run. Ah, precious cargo. You'll do just fine. You can drive safely, can't you? I haven't any doubt now. It's only after what happened with Miguel this evening. What happened with Miguel this evening? Well, dust is still clearing, of course. Perhaps he closed his eyes a moment, or simply hit a curve too devilish. I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company, and slow to anger, but if we're speaking confidentially, well, with all that lost product to be repaid, bourbon and glass dashed across the interstate, and a few casks, too, we're all just thankful he had no next of kin. So, let's see if we can ring up the dispatcher. Doolittle starts the truck and switches on a CB radio. A deep, monotonous voice drones from the dashboard speaker. 1020 on that load, come back. Up in the Hummingbird Cave, 1012. City Kitty. This is a good time, dispatch? We may have found Miguel's replacement, though you might like to get acquainted. 10-9, come again? Introduce yourself. Hello? Tell dispatch something impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. I'm not really here for a job. 99, wheel holder. Gotta pay the water bill. So... I'm certain they'll call back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh? Headlights work fine, see? Doolittle fiddles with the controls. That's important. Most of our product goes out at night. You never know who you run into in the daylight, and dust can be treacherously misleading with all that indirect light. The magic hour, huh? Drivers sleep in the day, then? Sure, those that sleep. Miguel pulled extra day shift when he could. Some days, or sometimes he'd help me, you know? Sometimes over in bottling. He shouldn't have been out driving at dusk. Weird shadows, soft light. Dangerous. I don't know what this means. Conway had to get off the highway, too loud, too murky. He turned off into some gray cornfield in Indiana. Ah, we're having some weird flashback. Got it. Empties rattled under the passenger seat. He kept them over there so the smell wouldn't spread. The window was always open a crack. He had to pull over. He just needed a nap, even if he ran late. He was only human. He'd been out since the headlights were on, didn't even stop for coffee. He cracked a beer at 3, eyes on the road. 4:30, he dodged some stray cattle. Headlights were coming back on. Rockford could wait. Early morning couldn't be much worse than late night. What could they care? He just needed a few hours. So, moving on. Control the wipers with this knob here. They seem to have a decent torque to them, eh? Can't say how they'd fare for an ice storm, but we must never delay a shipment. Better to assume the risk. You folks watch the weather closely? I wouldn't know if I saw it. Too many years of climate control. Have I mentioned I rarely, if ever, leave our facility? I wouldn't know the rain if it drowned me. They ditched class for the day to drive in the rain. It was pointless to stay. I'll review. He was a lost cause and she didn't need it anyway. Gray Fox Bebop, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Ministry of Silly Walkthroughs, new friend. She was smart. Bored. It was time to cut out. Shitty day for it, though. 83 and biblical flood. They went to see a movie. It was some anonymous swashbuckler film about real men and women. Real tights, real lips, fake blood. They brought a flask. They smoked cigarettes, drank awful hooch, whistled buckets of rain. She sang about someone she wanted once to have loved. Brown hair curled around her ear. She had a voice like Scotch whiskey. They poured another drink, and another. She worried it was getting dark out, then it was getting light out. They ended up in someone else's field, in someone else's car, an early morning joyride and a sunrise collision. She got on the bus and he hiked back to his car. He sat in his car and went over some options. Chicago, Toronto, Barrow. Seemed like a bold and impulsive gesture at the time. As he pulled out of the parking lot, he removed his hands from the steering wheel for a moment and felt the car drift into a decision. Years later, he'd think of this as the moment he started drifting. A modest technology, but suited to the job, huh? Plenty of good enough. Oh, I'm hoping for Metroid soon. I'm hoping. I gotta get my shit together. Oh, sure, I know you want to look. Kick the tires. That's a thing we do, isn't it? No, I didn't mean... as soon as it was out of my mouth, I was like, shit, I didn't mean it like that, Crunk. No, I have to get my stuff done first. That was not a... I'm just... I didn't mean it like that. I'm just like, I hope to get my shit together. And I'm excited to play Metroid. Damn it, Crunk, shut up. I gotta finish your stuff first. Oh, sure, I'll know you want to look. Kick the tires. That's the thing we do, isn't it? As though our knees could exert the kind of force these tires see out there on the road. We're more likely to hurt ourselves. Isn't that the way? Well, sure, they're big machines, but they can be fragile. Oh, absolutely! A truck deserves care and fearful respect, like a glass elephant. Miguel was a good driver, but he didn't have that quality of deference. Conway sat in a dim room full of folding chairs. The walls and ceiling were painted with old smoke. Someone read from the book. He drank coffee with a little sugar. He was just waiting for it to be over. A few others shared. They spoke in abstractions like a program of action, a good ordinary or orderly direction, spiritual but not religious, religious but not spiritual, all the things we tried. Hey, Chloe! Then it was over. They clasped sweaty hands through a short prayer and stepped back out into the morning. He started walking. He was always walking these days. It was good to slow down. It felt clarifying, like a walking meditation. The road ran by a creek for a while. He took an unforeseen detour when the creek and road parted, following the edge of the water. He skipped a few stones alone, then stopped to consider an overturned boat. It was a kind of serenity, that wandering and looking without purpose. He was coming to rely on these moments. Now, what else can we show you? Looks like it's just about ready to go out. We have some good strong folk in shipping here, so you never need to worry about loading if you don't want to. Bit hard on the knees and back at our age, eh? Of course, you'll have to unload at the destination, but that's the job. And some drivers like the extra shift stacking and loading here. Did Miguel load his own trucks? He did. It was a jealously guarded task for him. If I didn't know the man better, hear me now, I say if I didn't know the man better, I may have suspected he was skimming off the top. Conway woke up on baled hay. Everything was too bright. His head hurt, the usual. Lisette and Ira argued loudly just outside the open barn door. She wanted Ira to take him inside and shower, have some coffee, get to the job. Ira said there wasn't time. Conway was in no condition. It was an important job, they couldn't put it off. Ira said to let the deadbeat sleep it off and then send him packing. He said Charlie could do the job. Conway stepped out of the barn, shielding his eyes. Tried to say something reassuring, but just sort of stumbled around it. Lisette looked away. Ira just spat and went inside to wake Charlie. Ira was a stubborn man, so Charlie went along, and Conway drifted out again, and he didn't hear about the accident until months later. Oof. I thought Charlie fell off a roof. Was that the job? Because what feels like was correct, what feels like would have been correct was Charlie crashed a car here. Since we've been talking about cars this whole time and he driving. But I thought Charlie fell off a roof, so maybe the job that he had done previously was roofing? The truck's radio crackles back to life. Driver, come back! Ah, there's dispatch. Now tell him about your experience. Tell him the truck's in good shape. Tell him you'll start in the morning. I really can't. Yeah, we've got to finish this delivery in a few... 10:33 dispatch. Got 2 black eyes and a flock of crocodiles. Come back. 10:4. Back it down and prick your eyeballs, driver. Prick your eyelids, driver. Crocodiles, if I remember my trucker slang correctly, are shredded tires, I believe. Come back, Lem. 10-4. Come back, wheel holder. 10-4. Got your ears on? Good. Listen to this. So, I think that went well. Let's head back up to logistics and seal the deal, huh? And I got one more thing to show you. Why are we not running anymore? Why are we walking so slowly? Sorry. It's never your Discord, it's always mine. Torturing everyone who stays here. I never remember to put it on Do Not Disturb. Can we go up these stairs? Sorry, Crunk. Oh, nope, we can't go up the stairs. Alright, I turned it on Do Not Disturb now. It will not be ping me. It will not be me ping you. It will not be me pinging. Brr. Everybody needs a little chaos. This doesn't look good. Oh no, you have to toast them on the inside. That's a thing you do with casks. That's not irrational. It's not comforting when they look like caskets. Here's the charring lard. Nope. Here's the charring yard. There we go. Vents pretty well, considering. The smell. This is why they call bourbon a comfort food. Those are empty, right? What? Oh, of course. We don't really exhume them anymore. We tapped that source years ago. I'm sorry, what? Davey, how goes it? Watch out for Davey. He's a skilled card player. He once played a marvelously protracted game of blackjack against our old floor manager, Jane, in some tiki lounge on the Echo River. His luck ran out and he couldn't cover his losses, so she offered him a job. We built every cask by hand right here. It's tradition, but I'd like to think our application of hands and hammers to the oak gives our stuff a kind of life. Well, that's what I like to think. Are we gonna say it, finally? They look like coffins? That's a tradition too, I suppose, and I'm sure it helps avert suspicion if a satellite catches us burying them upstairs. Damn it, I was worried. I was worried nobody would find it. Well, not worried. I was worried that somebody would find it. Grid made me an effect, but I don't remember how to use it. Does this sound different? Probably not. All right, what's your karaoke request? You still here, Carla? I thought your shift was over hours ago. Carla joined us as a contractor, upgrading the aging racks in the warehouse. Of course, we can't just empty the warehouse to replace all wood all at once, so she's reconstructing the lattice work lockstep with our aging schedule. Is it still echoing? Oh no, did I break something? I can't hear what it's doing, so... Okay. But it did echo for a second. I also don't know any more lyrics to The Girl from Ipanema other than "The girl from Ipanema went walking." Okay. Well, was it like a feedbacky echo? Maybe I should just not fuck with it yet. Oh, okay. Okay, so it sounded okay. Okay. I think Grid added a de-esser to it. I think he finished doing that. So yeah, I don't know enough words to The Girl from Ipanema. Or how the melody goes, other than that. Keeping ahead of your self-employment taxes at least, Carla. Sometimes it's all we can do. You're killing me. See, I knew I shouldn't have done this because I don't know enough songs. I don't know anything by Tupac. I do know Africa. Amish Paradise. I feel like Grid can do that one. I know Grid knows Gangster's Paradise. I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. Moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some long-forgotten words or ancient melodies. He looked at me as if to say, "Hurry, boy, she's waiting for you." I don't have a hell of a range. Gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had. See, that doesn't sound right unless, Grid definitely put some effort into this last night. I really appreciate it. It's the second verse. Wild dogs cry out in the night, hoping to find nope. Cry out in the night. I know this song so well. As they grow restless, longing for some solitary company, they seek to cure what's deep inside. No, that's not right. Is that the third verse? Hell, I can't believe I actually had to look up the fucking lyrics. Wild dogs cry out in the night as they grow restless, longing for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right, sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become. Gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. key, we're just gonna jump around from any key that I feel like. That's all I got. Thank you for humoring me. This is fun. God, I can't wait to go back and watch the VOD and cringe the whole time. I'm pretty sure I said that last time. Master of Puppets? I don't know that. Oh, Metallica. Oh man, you'd really get your money's worth for Meatloaf. I will not do anything for love, just for the record. That is a 12-minute long song and I won't do it. I think I put a cooldown on that, and I think there's only 2 redeems per night. Sorry. Wait, we only came here looking for some answers about this stupid moldy computer. Freebird. I hate Freebird. Ah, you're right. That's true. I could just do what I feel. You're right. I make the rules. I forgot. I do like Free Fallin', though, if you gotta have a song with free in it. I love that one line. All the vampires walking through the valley, move west down Ventura Boulevard. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you know, all the vampires and the... yeah. Fuck. I do have the... I keep forgetting, you know? Oh, the old man in the cave with the moldy computer. You know. That black mold, it's drawn to whiskey. It feeds on the ethanol fumes, you see? As we age the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates into the air, the angel share. Goes through the vents here and out into the caves. If we can scrape up that mold, we can usually apply some pressure and cold to it, squeeze and condense the angel share back into drinkable whiskey. Every drop counts when you're making a living on this stuff, so we go down and scrape it off his equipment just like any other place it grows. He kept sending his people down here to drive us away. Paranoid, truly paranoid. Well, now we have the formula, so we don't need to go collecting mold. Since we stopped going down there, I'm sure the mold's gotten pretty thick. Try cleaning it off the timing crystal. That'll get you going, I'm sure of it. Join me upstairs? Didn't we already clean it off the timing crystal? Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna... Thanks, Eben. I really, really, really appreciate you. Oh crap. Okay, well there's... Oh no! Oh no! Okay, alright. Okay. I see the 3 that have happened. I see the 3 that have happened. Sitho, what's your choice? It definitely has a cooldown time. And it definitely had 2 redemptions per stream. Oh, because I never actually turned on the I put all the information into cooldowns and limits, but I never turned on the switch. Rude. I don't know Metallica. The only Metallica I know is, As I was going over the Cork and Kerry Mountains. That one. That didn't have to count. Final countdown. Okay, alright. There's too many songs. Too many things are happening at the same time. So whatever, since Sitho had the second redemption, I'm gonna wait until something gets written by Sitho. Where are we going? No idea where we're going. If you don't mind... Oh, you just wanted to create chaos. I see. Okay, so now I will accept new songs from the room. I don't know Numb. Achy breaky heart. You know what? You said it, and now you're gonna suffer. Oh god, I actually don't know. I don't remember the verses. You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. Or you can tell your friends just what a fool I've been and laugh and joke about me on the phone. You can tell my arms to go back to the farm. You can tell my feet to hit the floor. Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more. But don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. Ooh. Well, that one's over. I'm glad it sounds good. Grid did good. All right, so that was Sethos. Your turn, Eben. A little mic squeal when that would be fun. I wonder if we could, I'm sure we can manage that. See, where's my cue? Oh boy. Let's see if I remember how Final Countdown goes. Oh my god. I don't remember how the verses go. All I remember is it's the final countdown. I don't remember the verses. I'm willing to have a twofer because that wasn't good enough. We're heading for Venus, and still we stand tall. 'Cause maybe they've seen us. That's a terrible rhyme. And welcome us all. Yeah! Maybe I should make a list of bands that I'm familiar with. I feel like every time somebody does this one on Rock Band, wonderful. Today is gonna be the day that I'm gonna throw it back to you. Right now, I should have somehow realized what I'm not to do. What you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. I don't have backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonder wall. Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads that lead you there are winding, and all the lights that light the way are blinding. There are many things that I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. I already did the chorus. I know, I really want to get... Oh god, auto-tune that makes me out of tune. I do want to grab an auto-tune, so then we can sing some Cher. That's okay, Samrel, someone has to. I just heard Wonderwall too many times, sung by too many out-of-tune 15-year-old boys at coffee shops. Oh, great. There's a clip already. Fantastic. Here it is. A beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know? What is it? Why? It's an adding machine. This is where we come for our daily ritual to calculate the day's interest and repayment according to the formula. I usually do so at the beginning of my shift so I know how many hours I need in order to keep up. Yes, I believe you'll do well here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're hired. I did bring this on myself. I chose to do this. I went out of my way. I was like, that's a good idea. Like an idiot. Wait, we can't. It's customary here to start each day with a shift drink. Let's make it special. Mark the occasion. This is the top shelf stuff. Now, single barrel. He doesn't. Down the hatch. Vinum memoriae mors. What's that mean? Wine remembers the body? Single casket. Hey. Oh no. Decent enough. Welcome aboard. He's not working for you. We have to get back to this. He has a delivery to make. What's this? Not working? Are you turning down this opportunity? Well, she's right. I have to make this, I'm disappointed. And I'm afraid that leaves us with a delicate problem. As I indicated, this is the top shelf stuff that you're drinking now. It isn't cheap. And if it's not your first shift drink, well, there's the matter of this tour just now. My time and experience are billed at quite a premium. This is not good for you, my friend. You're in quite deep by my back-of-the-envelope estimations. Well, we have that in common, I suppose. All of us. We drink to remember the dead? That sounds right. Vinum, I know it was... Well, it was vinum, so I don't know if that really relates to wine or if that's just drinking. Vinum more... something morse. But it didn't say mortis. I don't know. I'm afraid you'll have to work this off somehow. It's just the way of it. What's happening right now? You can start tomorrow. Take the time to settle your affairs. Of course, the entrance begins to compound immediately, and, well, we'll go over the formula when you get here. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow, then. So, I guess I start in the morning. I guess. I'm confused. It's just the way these things go, kid. Huh. Well, that still gives us a few hours to roam, right? Where's that ferry? Why is Johnny in a suit? Wine is the death of memory. Ah, that makes more sense. Oh my god, do we really have 2 more whole acts to go? Holy shit.
number you have dialed is not real.
No? Hey, I guess I don't know how phones work.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Yeah, pretty normal. Also definitely directly talking about Brass's ghost, yes.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3. The Bureau of Secret Tourism is supported by a generous population of river creatures whom I fix up and grill as necessary. I am environmentally minded, and I believe all creatures are equally deserving of support in their transition to the next world. So I usually try to sing a little elegy like, small water creature, crab or frog, now you know that sleep is all around us, like a muggy, tranquil fog.
Hello?
Something like that. It's easier to come up with these songs when I'm hungry in a sort of transcendental fasting state, but I've actually just had breakfast. A debt of gratitude is also owed to the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, who unselfishly and unknowingly donates this here telephone line for the purpose of this here informational resource. You can always find the latest secret tourism literature in any of our unmarked kiosks or any other old place it happens to lay. That's all I have to say about that. Hey, do me a favor. When you get a chance, call us back at extension 1928. You can press 0 now to go back to the main menu. Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the well, if you're dialed into this here informational resource, then you're a certain kind of beachcombing, bat-calling sightseer. So let's take a driftwood inventory. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For restless places, press 3. For what little we know of the Iron Pariah, press 4. For food and drink recommendations, press 5. To return to the main menu, the Iron Pariah is just what she's called along the Echo River. Of course, she once had another name, but it's been scratched away, maybe out of shame? Or maybe she took a bend too sharply and left her true name on a rock. So, what else? We know she was in the war, but neither side would claim her. We don't know if anyone's aboard. She drifts along the water and commands a wide berth. Tourists, if you hope to document the Iron Pariah, I fear you will be disappointed. She has a beguiling way of vanishing from photographs. Steer to shore and let her be carried along in silence. Pilgrims, I wouldn't dare to interfere. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. Perhaps it's the violent displacement of natural gases. Perhaps the river tilts to face the moon, slowly changing the angle of its surface over time. Some sailors blame corked rocks. Whatever the geological explanation, the islands of the Echo River are mostly transient, rising and diving on some inscrutable schedule. The following islands are presently underwater. The entire 7 plus or minus 2 islands archipelago. Hermit Thrush Island, the Undefinable Island, Beton Island. This list is current as of now. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press. For secret tourism, forgotten places are the vital spark. Take no pictures here, nor souvenirs. Write no travelogues. We will discuss these places now in vague and qualified descriptions. For the town with no roads to it, press 1. For the silo of late reflections, press 2. For the monument to something that we don't remember what it is, press 3. I suppose it must have been an important event if we felt we needed to commemorate it. The monument looks like it was a lot of work to put together. I wonder if it was a happy occasion, something we were celebrating and didn't want to let go of, or if instead it was something so horrible that we never wanted to forget it, for fear that we'd accidentally do it again. There isn't a plaque or anything. I guess we didn't think we'd need one. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For restless places. For the cluttered place, press 1. There is a place always cluttered by debris floating along the water. Otherwise, it's unremarkable. In fact, the only way to find it is to notice that there happens to be more trash there than anywhere else around. I wonder why that is. For a diver's guide, for the cluttered place, press 1. For the flooding place, press 2. There is a place that regularly floods. I first saw this place years ago when an acquaintance of mine, an artist, built an installation there. The work was very complicated. All of her artwork
Thank you for
is.
helping us help you help
I
us all.
remember it was made
Peter, thank
from
you so much for the
thin
raid.
files of
Welcome,
recycled
Raiders.
newspapers.
We're playing an extremely trippy
Unfortunately,
game.
she wasn't able
Heads
to
up.
complete it before the flood came and wiped it out. The next time I passed by this
E for what?
place,
Thank you so much for the
full of
follow.
young
Welcome to the
girls
Ministry of Silly
riding
Walkthroughs, new
bicycles.
friends.
They built a track weaving through the soggy ruins of my acquaintance's
Hey,
flooded
Cedar.
artwork. The rising water
Oh, boy.
quickly made it
Hey, Starla44, thank you so much for the follow.
and many
Welcome,
bicycles
Gerblins.
were crashed and abandoned. The last time I saw the place, it had been repurposed to store handmade pottery earmarked for sale out of state. By the time
Biology
I arrived,
Babe 1221, thank
there
you
was
so much
just
for the follow.
piles
Welcome to the
of
Ministry of Silly
fragments
Walkthroughs.
dashed by flood waters against rusting bicycles.
Oh man,
and
this one's really
gray
long.
pulp. I've heard recently that this place has been reclaimed again. Surely this time things will be different. For a diver's guide to underwater
If you guys are
islands,
curious, or if you guys are confused about what's going on, so are we.
press 2. For
Oh, tea and pillows. Oh boy.
press 3. For what little we know of the
Oh shit, I forgot what the
press
extension
4.
was. Was it
For food and
1920?
drink recommendations, press 5.
Yeah, I caught that it was referring to Lula.
Return to the main menu, press
Was it
6.
1929?
To hear these options again, press 0. Perhaps it's the violent displacement of natural gases.
1928? Okay.
Perhaps the river tilts to face the moon, slowly changing the angle of its surface over
Ah,
time.
well, now we're all screwed up.
Some sailors blame corked rocks.
I don't want this. Can we go back to the main menu?
The islands of the Echo River are mostly transient, rising and dying
Well, welcome everybody.
schedule. The following islands are presently underwater.
Well, I guess we're listening about the floating
The
islands again.
entire 7 plus or minus 2 islands archipelago. Hermit, Thrush Island, the Undefinable Island, Beton Island. This list is current
As of now.
For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For restless places, press 3. For what little we know of the Iron Pariah, press 4.
Thank you,
For food
Biology
and
Babe. I
drink
appreciate it.
recommendations, press 5. To return to the main menu, press 6. To hear these options. Welcome home. For historical sites.
This
along
game
the
is
Echo
called
River,
Kentucky Route Zero.
press 1.
It's a very
For a guide
atmospheric
to the river's flora and fauna, press 2.
point and click.
For help identifying
Um,
an unfamiliar sound,
We're
press 3.
very
If you're
through
holding
over
the
half of
snake
it,
right
so
now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0.
oh fuck, was it 9?
For historical sites along the Echo River,
Damn it.
press 1. For a guide to the
Thank you,
river's
Cedar.
flora and fauna, press 2. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options. So, you're probably not in any danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved in an exchange of some kind, press 1. If holding the snake is part of your spiritual practice, press 2. If you don't remember why you're holding the snake, press 3. To return to the main... Okay. What's the last thing you remember? Please describe your memory in as much detail as you are able, paying particular attention to any smells and sounds you may recall. Were you breathing through your mouth or your nose? What did the air taste like? And so on. Feel free to call again with extension 1618 and tell us the whole story.
Okay,
All right.
1618.
Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work on this here snake situation. What you're going for is a kind of gestural conversation. Don't worry. I'll lead you two through it. Give that snake a name and look her right in the eyes and say her name. I'm going to go with Delia for the purpose of demonstration, but you pick a suitable name. Try to follow along with me here to the best of your ability.
I don't know how much
Here
longer
we
I can
are.
listen to this one.
Take it easy now. What if all of this is just a reflection of a reflection? Now hold the silence while she processes that metaphysical curveball. Okay, what's Delia up to now? If she's staring...
Okay. So, where to? Oh. Should we have hung up a long time ago? Why do I want to use the extension? I feel kind of overwhelmed now, you know? Too many options? I know, I just want to sit somewhere and draw something. Oh, it's Bob, Ben, and Emily again. Okay. Yeah, some work on whittling. Turn some boards into scrap wood. I heard there's this one place with a lot of garbage. Could be pretty cool. Oh, that does sound pretty cool. Cool, ready to go?
The number you have dialed is not real.
Hello.
Theater, thank you so much for those gift subs. I really appreciate it.
The echo.
Welcome, Dark Gray Moon, Lazy Bubble Bath, Chasson Blue, Mitchoff, and Festival 316. You're stuck here now.
Public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Really appreciate it, friendo. Okay, public service by... Do we not get to...
For review of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial,
Oh,
press 9.
9. Okay. Thank you so much, Arc Ferret, for that follow.
Dial an extension.
Shit, what was it? 1618.
Something else shook loose. Well, how vivid is it? I mean, can you really smell it? Are you sweating it out now? Are your hands all damp? And when you brush your hair out of your eyes, it just tastes like... Listen, if your hands are damp, press 1. If your feet are damp in your socks, press 2. If you don't feel particularly damp anywhere, press 3. Oh, everyone has a damp spot somewhere in their body or mind. That's what lets us sort of squish a little when we try to remember something. Muddy the details, right? Even if it's just that wet blood sloshing around in there. Your soggy heart, right? Let's hear all about it. When you're finished explaining yourself, press the 0 button.
I really wish it was a game that I had any suspicion was listening to our microphone.
Welcome home.
All right. Okay, we'll go now. Let's go. Oh, was that the whole act? Okay. Sure. I want to know how much they got paid for that. Oh, good, the mammoth is back. Oh, sign request. How did I miss it? Oh. M-O-I-S-T. Thank you. Oh, them some shorts. Oh, it's a robot. Okay. 5-4, context backlash. General wear on the gestural gear mounting apparatus 5A-1 may result in undesirable play between teeth in the context and history state machine gears, causing stuttering, slippage, resetting, skipping. I guess it could be slippage. If left unresolved, gear slop can gradually throw limbs out of alignment, blend motions, and decontextualize gestures. See also sections 1-8, general troubleshooting, and 5-3, gesture context. Okay. General troubleshooting. Technicians of sufficient talent and experience may skip this section. General troubleshooting techniques include hammering with something plastic until the tone becomes apparent, chiseling out a small hole and feeling for changes in resonance, or listening until the hue clears up. That'll do, book. Yoink. Oh, he literally threw it. That's amazing. My savior! A friend is here in a bad way. Any insight? Oh, Junebug? Who is that? Who is Will? Time to put the mammoth out to pasture, Will. Oh, I feel certain she's got a few trips left in her. If only she had a more capable surgeon. Kmetz! Or is it K-Metz? 723, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Ministry of Silly Walkthroughs, new friend. Grid's still at work, so he's smacking his head against the wall, for different reasons. Sadly, mechanics are in short supply down here. I think the setting is too romantic. Scares him off. And what brings you down to the Echo tonight? I always end up here eventually. The river's like that, always has been. We picked you up at the Bureau tonight. Never seen you that far upriver before. Hope that doesn't mean you've been traveling on the Zero. Yeah, have you been there, the Zero? Oh no, not me. This old river rat steers clear of weird highways. I've been traveling this river for more than half my life, more or less alone. I think I've seen it change quite a bit in all these years, but I can't say for sure. The water has a peculiar way of making a person forgetful. Some nights I remember a place, but it's full of strange new people, and some nights I meet an old friend on an unfamiliar shore. Wonder which kind of night it is. Can't see his face. Okay. I guess we're done with that. Okay. I was ready to move on. The Mucky Mammoth, hell yeah. I don't know who Kate is. Is this Samantha? Band name, yes. Nailed it. Or Shannon, not Samantha. Starts with an S, I was close. How's that cold river spray treating you? Thought I saw you squinting. It's hard water, you know. Hard on the eyes. Still irritates mind a little, and I'm piloting a tugboat through it 6 nights a week. Don't be too shy to close them in public. Your eyes, I mean. People will just assume you're thoughtful. You need tea. So, peppermint, definitely. Bitter hedgehog, dried spring agaricus, spilt gill powder, and greening goat's foot. What are all those for? Eye strain. Dried spring agaricus makes the taste of the rest of it. Greening goat's foot in particular has an eccentric flavor profile. It's mushroom based. I'm a big believer in the fungal pharmacy. Is that your dog? Yeah, that's Valkyrie. I call her Val. She's a rescue. Isn't she dignified? I've always thought so. I don't see the cat. Is that your cat too, below deck? Huh? I thought that was your cat. It came on board with you at the Bureau. Well, it wouldn't be the first time some strange animal hitched a ride. Hope you enjoyed the trip on our little mammoth. Take advantage of all the amenities, fresh air, cozy bunks, hot tea, the video room. There's some pretty interesting tapes down there, actually. Unusual, I mean. Weird. Watch out that VCR doesn't take your hand off, though. It's untrustworthy. What's wrong with the VCR? I could take a look. Oh, please do. I don't know anything about electronics. Maybe try a few different tapes. You'll get the picture. Hey, do me a favor. Go ask Will how the repairs are going and if he needs anything. We're coming up at the next stop here. Just refueling and picking up a few things. I could grab a bolt or some wire or something. Whatever he needs. Well, eyes on the road. Okay, so there's a cat on the boat. Got it. Were we on mold and whiskey fed and... Oh! Wet gears. Wet gears? Probably, who knows? First thing I tried anyway, down here by this little blue box, I took all the gears out and dried each one by hand, then I loaded them back in again. That took care of the grinding sound, but her trunk keeps doing that sparking, clanking, weeping thing. To be honest with you, I'm not really qualified for this work. Kate's a friend, you know it is, don't you? Kate was asking if you needed anything when we stopped. Hell, I don't know. Scratch ticket? How do you two know each other? So... Ever walked through rolling farmland? Sure, along the highway. Along the highway, that's what I mean, or smaller roads. Well, I sure did. I slipped under or over fences, I walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted. I tilled the earth with my toes. Hey, I should tell you where I left my shoes. Did you know I'm a classically trained organist? It's true. Look at these long fingers and pedal-gripping toes. It doesn't matter. A minor in French literature earned me a position teaching Artaud to Zola at the university. Well, some shitty governor cut state funding for our department and I was demoted to mopping floors, running wiring through walls or in dangerous places. I even operated the soundboard at the student theater. Oh man, sound engineer is the worst, right? I left my shoes there at the university. It was a protest. Walk without shoes for something important or tragic. I ended up by the shore and soon I was drifting along the Echo. Ran for a while above ground then. It doesn't anymore, but I prefer subterranean waters anyway. Kate brings me along and I record what I see and hear. I try to help with maintenance. I drop off the mail and pick up the trash. On occasion I take the helm. Anyway, that's all I try to remember anymore. I listen to the river's stories, and my own stories get fainter and fainter. Well, I'll just keep drying gears, I guess. Yeah, lubrication is overrated, probably. Whoa, slow down, it's slippery on deck. Do you have batteries? Oh yeah, of course, what for? Johnny said I could use his tape recorder, but it needs a battery. Oh, fun. Well, here's 4 different kinds. Surely one of them will fit. Thank you. Ah, we're Ezra now. Got it. You got your batteries, small man. Go get you some tape. Okay. I don't know where Johnny is. Oh, Blue's still here, though. Can we talk to Blue? No? Should we have talked to Blue as Shannon? Wait. Which door? Oh, we can go in both those doors. Interesting. Well, I guess we're just gonna go in one of the doors and hope that it's all the same room. Really? You were entranced. You don't remember this? It's okay. We've all seen a lot of concerts. Cyrano opened. His tape machine was broken or something. It got really cosmic. Right, at the flower shop. I remember that show. Sorry, Clara. Well, you have a second chance to hear it tonight. That was fast. Got the batteries? Let's see. Perfect. This one will do. So you hit the button here to record. Hold it right here so you don't cover the microphone with your hand. I bet you'll find a lot of good sounds just around the tugboat. There's plenty of tape in there, so don't be stingy with it. Just record anything that catches your ear. It really changes the way you listen. For the better, I mean. Are you playing a concert tonight? I could record that. Yeah, Clara came all the way from Lithuania just to do this Echo River gig. It's a tour. Tomorrow I'll be in Nashville, and then Atlanta, and then over to the coast. Brutal. Well, we're lucky she's making a stop. Johnny and I saw her play once, and I remember loving it. Johnny was moved. Speaking of Cyrano, it's his night at the Rum Colony. Kate said she usually stops off there. Well, that's ideal. I'm supposed to meet a lady there to look at some old engine parts about, 3 hours ago. 3 hours goes fast at the Rum Colony, ma'am. I bet she's still there. Hope we don't stop there too long. My concert's soon. I don't want to keep him waiting. No, it's river time. Nobody expects you to be punctual. Junebug, you were like an entire evening late to your show, so I don't know that you should be the one talking right now. Hey, why don't you give the tape recorder a try? See if that cat over there has anything he wants to say. I often use found sounds in my music. If you find some interesting sounds tonight, you can help me out. I'm still really salty about a recording project I was assigned in college. We had little recorders that you could sign out of the music library, but you could only sign them out for 3 hours. So you could go nowhere. You had 3 hours to do your project. That was it. So everybody recorded sounds of campus doors opening and people walking and crowds talking. And it was useless and bad. And also, it took me 2.5 hours to figure out how to use the fucking recorder, and that was with an audio engineer boyfriend. I feel like I called him. Like, yelling and crying. Just like, how the fuck am I supposed to use this stupid motherfucking piece of shit? And then it didn't want to connect to my computer. That was the worst. I'm still mad about it. So many years later. Oh, Conway's still here. What? How did Conway get a skeleton arm? When did that happen? Also, Conway, what are you drinking? Oh, I am Conway now. What's happening? Okay. Nope, still Shannon. You know, it's the strangest thing. Can't remember why I came up here. Maybe you should slow down? Nah, I'm good. It's just that thing about... What was it? When you walk through a door? When you go into the kitchen for something? And as soon as you pass from one room to another, you forget what you wanted. You have to walk back out just to remember? Like, you left the part of your brain behind? Hey, I wonder if I could follow that brain crumb trail all the way back to the room I was born in. Conway cranes his neck over the railing. We were driving for hours. Get any sleep? You found beer. There's a cooler full down there. They say it just floated by, if you believe that. Got caught in some netting. They hauled it aboard. A bounty. Anywhere, there's a sign by the cooler. Take what you need and leave the rest. Shannon leans over the railing and looks down at the river below. Did you see Ezra go in? Oh yeah, he's poking around with that tape recorder. Exploring. He seems to keep himself entertained. It's good for him. It's important to know how to be alone. What's up, huh? You look like there's something you want to ask. Fine, you can ask it. One question. Oh, that was Conway. Whoops, my bad. Fine, you can ask it. One question. Thought you didn't drink. Well, I didn't. I mean, I did, and then I didn't, and then I did again. That's how it always goes. I drift out, finally wind back at Lisette's with my head between my legs, saying never again. 15 months this last time. I think I hung on because I knew there wouldn't be much longer anywhere to go back to. She went to live with her sister now, and she probably won't remember me for long anyway. One time she picked me up out of a ditch by the road, blackout drunk at dawn. Came around later that night. She'd taken care of me. Told her I didn't deserve it. She said I didn't have to deserve it. She sounds like a saint. We should all have someone like that. Oh, you wouldn't say that if you knew her when she was younger. That girl was wild. I guess she got her own problems now. Wish I could help out. Hey, maybe I could make some money and send it to her sister? Maybe they'll keep me on at the distillery, I mean. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. I gotta repay my debt. Hell, I should be grateful for the opportunity. You wanna die with any dignity, you gotta settle up. That's why it's such a damn shame when people go sudden. Oh, poor Conway. Oh, can we control this? No, not even a little bit. I'm sure I talk to— who's talking right now? I'm sure I talk too much. Everyone on this river does. Problem is that we listen twice as much as that. We're only telling you half the stories we hear. Kate told me that I ought to been a photographer. She said, you have an uncanny way of having been in the place at the time the thing happened there, and that's the hardest part of taking a photograph anyway. Nice of her to say, but it isn't true. Though I know just about every story on this river, most of them I picked up second, third, or fourth hand and so on. Listening, see? Now, I know what you're gonna ask, so I'm gonna answer it. Yes, I'm sure they're all true. I personally believe a story gets more true as it's tossed around from brain to brain and the whole community brings their insight to bear on the brittle facts of experience. There are a few Echo River stories I witnessed directly. I saw that big owl migration pass through, you might have heard about that. I was there when the old train station flooded. I saw the ghost of Stephen Bishop brew up a batch of white lightning on a raft. Or anyway, I talked to a few sailors who'd recently crossed paths with him, and I suspect sampled his wares. One night, when I was working on the Mucky Mammoth, we picked up a gaggle of passengers headed down to a mail drop by the silo of Late Reflections. I knew a couple of them in passing, para-traveling musicians who I'm often encountered on the river. The others were strangers to me at the time, a young woman, a small boy, and an old man whose name I didn't catch. Oh, and a smelly old dog. We docked at a gas station so the Mammoth could refuel. Oh, is this Equus gas? Ezra followed Schoonbug and Johnny into the gas station. We cut it close. I usually find this place upriver. Everybody's on the lake tonight. Running on fumes? Yeah, it's this little game I play. I try to get the needle all the way down before I fill it back up. Like playing chicken with the fuel gauge. Sounds ridiculous, right? Sounds fun. Take it where you can get it, right? Anyway, it's nice to see you two. Most of my regular passengers must have gotten held up elsewhere on their journey tonight. It's that storm, I think. Watching Ezra sprint past. Look at him go! That kid has a lot of energy. It's gotta be past his bedtime or something, right? I don't think he has a bedtime. He's a maverick. Yeah, right, Crunk? I feel like we've gotten more information than I kind of expected to get. But there are still some pieces that I would love to have. You don't have any of your own, I mean. No, I guess not. I just realized you two come through here so often. We chat about all kinds of stuff, but I never thought to ask about family. We're all the family we need. That's sweet. So, how about that storm upstairs? Did you two get caught in it? I heard it kind of roamed around, uncertain. I'm sure we'll hear all about it tomorrow. Flooding, property damage, probably killed a few tomatoes. It's got the river churning and everyone headed to the lake here where the water's calmer. I myself don't mind navigating the choppy river. Not at all. I've got a good feel for it. Plus, it's better for fungal growth. High water consumes the cave moths, and their wet wings clump together into these little balls of nutrient-dense mushroom food, jammed by current here and there between the rocks. You have never seen a mushroom grow like on a soggy cave moth carcass. Amazing. If I could get a day off, Val and I would be out there all day tomorrow to harvest. I mean it. They'll be ready by tomorrow. A mushroom will grow just as fast as you can pump water onto it. Hey, are you two headed out this way tomorrow? Maybe I could send Val ashore with you for a few hours. She's got a remarkable nose for mushrooms. You wouldn't even need to know what to look for. Put a bag around her neck, she'll just bring them back to you. We don't know where we'll be tomorrow. I should have figured. Seems you two are always on the move. It does seem that way. So, I should get back aboard. No rush. I just want to brew some tea before we get underway. Headed into the station? Thought I'd grab some black coffee for the old man. He's looking a bit waterlogged. Sure. Don't want him falling asleep on you. Nah, he'll be alright. Seems like the type who can hold his liquor. Seems like he has a little experience, I mean. Hey, while you're in there, could you remind the gas station attendant this fuel's on my tab? Charge to the Mucky Mammoth. Oh, and Will wanted a scratch ticket. Thanks. I think I'll just watch a lake for a bit, ma'am. Okay, so now we're Junebug. Oh, she's wearing pants again. That's a good thing. Looking for crystals? Why do you assume I'm looking for crystals? We got them on sale. All kinds of folks come in here looking for crystals. There's a few over there with milky white shocks through the middle, like you caught a piece of a cloud. People seem to like those a lot. Yep. Popular crystals. You work on the Mammoth? I can add it to your tab. I'm a passenger. Sure, I should have guessed. You have the posture of someone on their way to somewhere. I have it too. I just stand here behind the counter. Nobody affords me any greater importance than a spiderweb brush out of the way. I learned to cherish it. There's dignity in being forgotten, letting the crowd flow around you unspoiled. I used to live in a city. I mean a real city. Cleveland, Ohio. I had some family money then, and I didn't have to work. I lived in hotels. In daylight, I walked wherever people were. My only duty was to the crowd. I was its observer, its historian, its detective, its poet. Well, money ran out, and I dispersed with the rest of them. Took my duties with me to Lake Leith and the Echo River. I live behind this counter, anonymous, invisible, but I live with dignity. And yourself? What? Oh, do I live with dignity? No, I don't think I do. I'm not alone. Sure, so you say. I say you can travel in company and still be alone. We keep all the crystals on that shelf over there. Buy one, get one free, of equal or lesser symmetry. The crystals are rough, dirty. Some are damp. They must have come out of the river. That attendant is a trip. Anonymous, invisible, but I live with dignity, he said. Junebug tries to scrape some green algae off a larger specimen, examining it for the kind of cloudy inner formation the attendant said was so popular. Who knows, maybe he's onto something. Thank you? Maybe? And a few numbers are woven through the algae. Does Johnny ever feel like that? This isn't algae at all. It's a decayed plastic bag caught on the rock. Who's Norm? Shit, that floodwater washed you halfway up to the sea. I was looking for you down by New Coningsburg, same as usual, but ain't nobody there, and the river's deep as an elephant's... Oh, I didn't see you there, ma'am. Pardon my language. Where you headed? Well, in fact, I'm headed right here. Glad to have found it at last. I expect you must be Loretta. Enchanted to meet you. I'm sorry I'm late. Hey, is that coming too flowery or something? Enchanted? Repeating it now, I feel a little silly. I'm not Loretta, but I think you'll do fine with Enchanted. Well, thanks for saying so, but now I'm double embarrassed. Do I look like her? To be truthful, I couldn't tell ya. I met Loretta on the computer. We met each other over there. I mean, or I guess we spoke through the computer and agreed to meet? I don't know the terminology. I haven't dated in quite a while. Back when I met Greta. That's my wife, excuse me. My ex. Or maybe I'm her ex? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, back then there wasn't even such a thing as computers at all. I mean, I guess there probably was, but I never heard of one. I worked in textiles. So here I am. So what's your plan when Loretta shows up? Oh, maybe head down to the rum colony? Shoot, I forgot to ask if she likes to drink. You really never know these days. I guess I'd ask her about that. She doesn't like rum, maybe I'd try to take her by the Bat Sanctuary. That's pretty romantic, in a sense. I mean, like, misty valleys and ruined churches romantic, not like flowers and chocolates romantic. Of course, they got that memorial down there. That's a little depressing, actually. Maybe we kind of sail around that. Damn it all. I guess I probably missed her. I wonder if she'll agree to meet me again. I'm sure she'll understand with the weather and all. Nice of you to say so. Well, I guess I'll head on back. Hey, supposing Loretta doesn't want to see me after all. My card is full. Oh, no, sorry, that's not what I meant. I would not have assumed that if this were me. Actually, I wanted to ask you for some advice. I had to type up a sort of autobiography for the computer date, and I spent a lot of time on it, but I only got one reply, and that was Loretta herself. I was happy to meet her, but supposing she's lost interest now, you think you could maybe give me some feedback? It's only a paragraph or so. I have it all memorized. I spent so damn long writing it. Alright, here's how it goes. I'm a good-natured man, retired, and spend most of my time sailing the Echo River, riding currents of subterranean gas, that strange invisible wind that moans out of the small tunnels along the bank. Seeking a companion to map the river with me. I have 2 grown children, but they live far away. No goofballs. Okay, what do you think? What was that about goofballs? I mean, like, serious inquiries only. You might miss out on some really great goofballs. You may be right about that. You'll be fine. Alright, thanks for your help, ma'am. Really renewed my confidence. I'm ready to get back on that computer. You have a good night now. What's left of it, anyway. What do you think of that other dog we got on board, Val? Blue's a sleepy old hound dog. I know she isn't doing any mushroom hunting, that's for sure. Weird cave fungus growing on soggy moth wings. Sounds kind of romantic, but also kind of gross, right? Hey, Heron, yeah, total catch. So, could you fit in the sidecar? If I rode with which of these sounds safer? None of them. If I rode with one knee draped over the side, you could sit next to me? I'd hold you tight, I promise it'd be safe. Maybe we can still talk her into it. Hey, I don't know that we got our scratcher. What's that? The crystal. I bought it for you. Wow, thank you, ma'am. Hey, could you hold on to it for a minute? I'm gonna look around inside. Wish me luck. Good luck. Are we Johnny now? Yep. Oh boy. Hey man, how's your night? Quiet. Where you headed? Helping some new friends make a delivery, or along for the ride anyway. Well, even if you're not doing the heavy lifting or navigating or whatever, a passenger contributes to a journey too. I never travel, but I do love travelers. That's what I like about this job. The travelers come to see me. Do you live nearby? I live here. There's a cot in the back. Nobody ever notices it. Not that I do much sleeping, really, but sometimes I lay on it anyway just to keep it in shape. Well, let me know if I can help you find anything. Oh, God. Glory, it is good to be among friends. Suit yourself. Wow, I should take a page out of your book, man. I'd give you any advice I could, little guy, but I think the most important thing I can say is... Glory, it is good to be among friends. Helps to keep things in perspective, I guess. It's a ritual of remembrance for me. Tonight, particularly so. It's my birthday. I am 5 years old. Do you know why I say that? Well, I'm gonna tell you. 5 years and some days ago, I set out on the Echo River alone, or so I thought at the time. I was looking for an ice floe. They're occasionally rumored to travel our humble artery on their way from who knows where to who knows where. Who knows why, it's a mystery. An hour into the journey, my lantern gave out. Now, I always carry 3 or 4 spares. You'll never catch me in the dark again. Lesson learned, buddy. But that night, when the lantern went out, I was stuck in the dark. I kept my arm extended, running my fingers along the cave wall, trying to keep my bearing as best I could, and at least make sure I wasn't going in circles. I just prayed I'd find another traveler who knew his way back to the lake, or above ground, or even just a crack in the rock to get a glimpse of moonlight. I had a large bag of apples with me. After a long while, maybe a day, I was getting weak, so I took my hand down from the rock to tear the bag open. Well, when I reached back out, I couldn't find that cave wall anymore, or any other. I was totally unmoored, buddy, totally adrift. And it was so dark. I started counting time in apples eaten. I drifted in despair for 4 apples. Then I schemed and planned and dreamed for 2 apples. Finally, I came to accept my fate, lost at sea. And this phase I think I would have continued indefinitely had I not come down to that very last damn apple. Picture me, feeling around in the empty bag, certain that somehow there was another one of those fist-sized chunks of life-giving fruit, already softened by time and probably an appetizing brown. Nope, that was it. Just as I was about to bite into my last meal, I felt a tickle on my upper lip. It hatched right then. I couldn't have been a moment later, I would have eaten it. My last apple was infested by a damn fruit fly maggot. Well, that should have been the end of it. I should have eaten that apple, and that fly while I was at it, and put an end to a little food chain suicide pact, but I waited out of mercy. After all, this fly was basically a newborn child, right? A gross insect child, but still a child, right? Born into darkness and famine, hungry and alone. I mean, can you imagine that? No other flies out there on the boat, and never would be. No other flies to welcome him into the world. I mean, no fly culture, no fly society, no fly history. A true orphan. I started to get depressed just thinking about it all. Worked out a thick tear, I'm not ashamed to say. Well, that fly landed on my cheek, right under my left eye, right on that salty teardrop, and then blinding glory, his ass lit up like a candle. That wasn't a fly, buddy, it was a damn lightning bug. So that's how I come here today with you folks, only because I found my way out of that strange river cave by the dim-lit rear of some orphan insect hatched out of my last rotten apple. Glory, it is good to be among friends. On that note, big plans for the night? Me and Johnny should probably start looking for a place to stop and recharge for the day. Maybe that'll be the same place the rest of our little one-night crew ends up. I mentioned apples the other day? Oh no. How can I use this to my advantage? What else should I mention that you will then have a surfeit of? Okay, I guess let's check if there's anything out here. Well, we can talk to Junebug. That guy's a trip, that gas station attendant. Did you talk to him? It's funny, he actually reminds me of that frog we had for a bit. I thought it was a toad. Oh, is there a difference? Toads have warts? Huh, I never knew. Okay, so how does that gas station attendant remind you of a frog? Oh, I don't know. Because he liked to talk, I guess? Maybe we should pick up another one? A frog or a cat or an iguana or something. Feeling lonely, Cricket? Not exactly. Not like that guy in the gas station. That guy lets the world wash over him static like a rock, but you and me both, together? I mean, we're always moving, always changing. I think it's because we feel safe with each other, you know? Free. We can try stuff out, change our clothes, swap parts around, just play. I'm not lonely, just curious. With another person to play with, what else could we be? You may be right, Cricket. You really think so? Wow. Thought I'd have to wear you down a little like I did with the gerbils. Oh, that's Kate. Time to hit the road. River, I mean. Okay. I don't know how much of this is left. Oh, well, I guess we'll finish this then. See that small brick building? Used to be an upholstery shop. Now it's inhabited by a very skilled taxidermist whose art is greatly in demand. When it was an upholstery shop, it didn't seem nearly as much business. The old chap's name has been lost to time and weather. This was decades ago. The only trace of it now is the grayed frame of an old sign behind the new lettering which reads, Trapper, Stalker, and Sportsman. Then below, smaller, no specimen is too exotic, no arrangement too fanciful. Some of the upholstery equipment's still there too, and still sees active use. Elise is the resident artist, though she's not the owner of the shop. Done by her aunt, Ida. Ida has very little to do with the day-to-day. She's busy with other endeavors, mostly the restaurant she and her husband run on Lake Leith. I'm so torn. I do really want to see the TV room, but I don't know. All right, I don't know how much of this is left. It is my normal wrapping up time, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Let me see if I've got somebody I can send you to. Oh, we haven't raided Karita in a while, so we're gonna raid Karita Crafty Envy. Looks like it's their B-Day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, raiders who stuck around. I will catch you... Oh, this weekend might be a little weird. I'll update you guys on Discord. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye, friendos.